To DK Champ. I have pulled up a new platform that I've been using. It's called prizepicks, and I like using this for NBA, but they do have other sports available. But I got into this because of a code where I was able to match my deposit, and I will provide a code for you in the description where you can match your first deposit, and it goes up to $100. So anywhere from 20 to 100, it will match your deposit and give you that much money to play with. So if you put in 100, it will match it, and you will have 200 to start out. So use the link in the description to redeem that. So what we have here is player props, and what I like about NBA, you can do different things. You have rebounds, assists, points, 3 points made. They add other ones like free throws made and different things throughout. You can do the full game. You can do the first half. Once the games start, they do second half, and they do fourth quarter. So the big mistake I think a lot of people make when they're making these lineups is they base it solely off of how many times they hit. So if we're looking at some of these guys, their hit rate, they're saying, okay, this person has hit it twice out of 5 times, and they just kind of scroll through. Like this person has hit it one, two, three out of 5, and so on and so forth. And what people do is they'll scroll through here and look like this one, Jared Allen says he's hit this 5 out of 5 times. Well, it's all got to do with the matchup. This stuff is irrelevant to me when I'm making these lineups. It is not based on that. So, we have Jared Allen going against Washington. Probably still a decent match, but I like looking more at the very favorable matchups for the individual, not necessarily how many times they've hit. So, if we know that Tobias Harris always goes off on Atlanta, then we need to focus on that more so than how many times Tobias Harris has hit in the past 5 days or 5 games. So that is my strategy. That has worked well for me. When I first started this, I was looking at hit rates because that's what everybody was showing online, and different sources were saying look at the hit rates and how often they hit and try to find the one that's the most sustainable. For me, it's not, that doesn't win as much as looking at who you think is actually going to go off in a particular game based on who they're up against. So that goes for points. Rebounds kind of the same way. You got some guys that are going to go 10 rebounds no matter what, based on the situation. Some of your big guys like Embiid, Collins, Capella, those have been iffy. They've been kind of off and on. I try to stay away from those two. Gobert's always a good one. But these guys that are consistently getting tons of rebounds, those are the matchups I'm looking for, and I look to see who they're going against. So Ayton, should be, I'd have to do a little more research on his play against Golden State. But, Golden State doesn't really have a ton of size inside, so Ayton should get a ton of these rebounds. So those are things that you need to look at, and they actually played recently, so let's just see. He had 11 against them last time. So, we have to kind of see who's playing, who's starting, and figure out what matchup is going to be best. As far as assist, what I like to look for when I'm doing assist is we look for the players that have a tough defender. So if we have a guard that is being defended by someone that it plays pretty decent defense, they're going to be dishing the ball, they're going to be trying to drive and kick out. So those are the players I'm looking for assist. I don't just blindly go in and be like, oh, John Collins 1.5, that's probably a decent hit rate on him. He's hit that most of these times. We're looking at how he matches up and what it looks like, more so than the individual, how they've done on their hit rate. So I stay away from assists. I do like 3-pointers made because most of the time these are pretty low, and if you go down and look, a lot of these players, these numbers are usually spot on. We do know, certain teams allow teams to shoot the three a little more freely. So I like to look at those games, and Duncan Robinson is either going to miss all of them or make all of them, and that's just his MO. So you can look and see how that matchup looks against him, and try to pick it that way. When we do free throws, you got to look for players that, I like to go with players that get inside and draw some fouls inside. Those seem to work out best. So that's what I like to focus on for the NBA. NFL, I try to stay away from. It's just so many stats and it's so hard to keep up with unless you just know a team inside out and you want to play guys from that team. Like I'm a Dallas fan, so I pick the Cowboys based on the matchup and do decently well with that as well. And another one that's fun if you're into PGA, some of these stats are pretty cool, which this round has already started, but they usually have like greens and regulation and different things like that. Fairways hit, different aspects of the game, which there's a lot of charts that come out. If you look online, you'll see a lot of charts that have that information on it, and you can make a pretty good projection on that. These other ones, there's tons of other sports up here to choose from. Whatever you know really well is what I would focus on and have a gut feeling about, and stay away from just going with guys that look like they're going to make the standard. Go with what you think is going to be the best matchup for these players. So basically, you're picking five. I like to pick five and do 5 times my money if I get them all right, and then I get 2 times my money if I get four right, and then I get a little bit back if I get three right. But you can do as many as two, or as little as two, and as many as five. And you can bet anywhere from $5 to $100 per contest that you put in. If you got any questions, just put them in the or write them below, and I'll try to answer any questions. And don't forget to use the code if you were trying to make your first deposit and you're trying to make some money. That way you will double up your first deposit. So I hope you all have good luck tonight and stay tuned for more information.